Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Expo Center. This is Larry Cecil along with Charlie Pinson, Wayne Figured on camera, Alex back at the station, and we're here for the semifinals of the girls' 15th region tournament. First game tonight will feature the Johnson Central Golden Eagles against the Shelby Valley Lady Wildcats, Charlie.
You know, you're looking at the last year's regional winner here in Johnson Central. You know, Shelby Valley, normally one of the teams that is a contender for it.
Exactly.
But I don't, you know, probably not considered this year with the injuries and things they've had. Of course, Dodo Rose, first year's coach, he's got them to the semifinals.
Right, of course, you know, probably their best player, his daughter was hurt back in the summer, ACL tore,
right,
and worked her tail off, tried to get back to play. Come out and played 3 or 4 games or 5 and got dinged up a little bit, that same knee, so the side just shut it down. Hurt them a whole lot, you know. I thought they'd had a better season if she'd been there. They came into the tournament with a 17-15 record. They shot 43% from the field for the season, 35% behind the three-point line, and 62% from the free throw line. They averaged 51 points a game, and Alyssa Ellswick was their leading scorer, averaging almost 15 points a game, 14.8, 9 points for Toy Hampton. Alyssa Newsom averaged 7 and 6 points for Kylie Hall. And then you got Kristen Whited averaging 4, almost 5 points a game. And she didn't start till late in the season, but she has been a good starter for them what time that she's been playing.
I think she got injured, actually, and had to sit out part of the season.
Oh, okay, okay.
Johnson Central comes in with a 16-14 record. Let's see, they're 31.8% on the three-point line and 39% from the field. Shoot 72% from free throw line, which is pretty good. And they come in, their leading scorer is Ashley Belcher at 15.6, 9 points for Sammy Seitz. Elena Castle, 8.7, Hannah Fitch, 6.7, and Morgan Hobson, 4.2. They average 51.8 points a game, but the thing about them is they are, you know, they're experienced.
Yes.
They've been here, they played here, and they've got some girls that have made some big shots in here to win some big games, so they're going to have a lot of confidence.
Well, they do. They're just like the Johnson Central boys, you know. It's expected for them to be in the semifinals, seem like every year, but they have been you know, in the semifinals or the finals the last 4 or 5 years. So, you know, they're always used to making it deep in the tournament. And like you said, they defeated Pikeville last year in the championship game. The year before, they defeated Pikeville on the last second shot in the semifinals. And then the Paintsville beat them in the finals. So, you know, they've got experience, you know, and that goes a long ways. On the other hand, Shelby Valley, a young team.
Very young team. You know, their leading scorer is she's only a freshman.
Exactly.
You know, that's a big shoes to fill. You look down at Belcher. I think Belcher a senior? Let me see what number Belcher is, 12. Belcher's a senior. Yeah, he'll start. Elena Castle's a senior. Sammy Seitz is a sophomore. Ashley Belcher is a senior. Morgan Hobson's a senior. And Caitlin Fitch is a senior. So he'll start 4 seniors for Johnson Central.
And Johnson Central, throughout the years, you know, titles, they're second behind Sheldon Clark. Sheldon Clark has the most titles in the 15th region at 10. Johnson Central sits there with 9, and they've had 7 runners-up. So they, in the history of the 15th region, they've been in the finals 16 times.
Yeah, that's big. It's huge for them.
And about ready for the starting lineup. They're giving a
good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the East Kentucky Expo Center for semi-final action of the girls' 15th Region Basketball Tournament. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. Representing the guests on the scoreboard, the runners-up of the 59th District with a record of 18-15, the Shelby Valley Lady Cats. Starting at guard, number 4, Alyssa Newsom. At guard, number 11, Tori Hampton. At guard, number 15, Kristen Whited. At forward, number 25, Alex Stanley. And at forward, number 42, Alyssa Elswick, the Lady Cats. Shelby Valley is led by head coach Dodo Rowe. Representing the home team on the scoreboard, the champions of the 57th District with a record of 17-14, the Johnson Central Lady Eagles. Starting at forward, number 5, Elena Castle. At guard, number 10, Sammy Seitz. At guard, number 12, Ashley Belcher. At guard, number 14, Morgan Hobson. And at center, number 25, Caitlin Fitch, the Lady Eagles. Johnson Central is led by head coach Darren Rice.
And Charlie, you was talking about the experience on these two teams. Johnson Central starting 4 seniors and a sophomore. And on the other hand, Shelby Valley is starting 1 senior, 2 juniors, a freshman, and an 8th grader.
Big difference in experience level. You're right.
Exactly. Shelby Valley at the jump circle, ready to get this one started.
You know, Dodo Rowe's been in coaching for a long time, but his first year as head coach at Shelby Valley.
Yes. Comes from a coaching family, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. His brother Rodney did a pretty good job.
Boys and girls.
Yes.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the only coach ever to win a 15th region championship, boys and girls.
It'll be tough to beat because he won multiples on both sides.
He did. Tonight's second game will follow, and that will be Pikeville and Floyd Central, and that ought to be a dandy basketball game also. And we're about ready to get started. And the toss is in the air, and Shelby Valley comes up with it. Looks like Johnson Central will be in a 1-3-1 zone. Here's Hampton with it. Hampton at the top of the circle. Now she's motioning some through as Newsom goes to the right side. Now Whited will go across the lane. And in the corner they go to Newsom. She had a couple of 3-pointers from the corner in their first game. And nice move. Baseline jumper, no good. Air ball. And Shelby Valley was able to run it down and still loose, and they finally come up with it. Didn't know if he was going to come up with it or not. Here's Hampton with it. Top of the circle, down the lane, kicks it over on the baseline, right baseline up and good. Newsom, Alyssa Newsom.
Good on her second attempt.
Yes. Stepped in about 3 foot closer and knocked that one down. Johnson Central with it into the front court. Here's Hobson with it. Over to Castle. Castle drives the lane, and ball's tipped loose, but rescued that time by Fitch. Hobson with it. Here's Belcher with it. Hobson down the left side. Coming out on top, Belcher. Shelby Valley in a man-to-man. Belcher on the move, down the lane, spin, off the glass, up and good.
Nice drive by Belcher.
Put that one up over Tori Hampton.
Yes.
Hampton quickly into the front court. There's Whitey Newsom down in the corner. They'll get back to Whitey. Across court it comes. That's 25 Stanley.
Shelby Valley
back. Excuse me, Charlie.
Shelby Valley moving the ball well.
And there's Whitey to put up a 3-pointer. It was an air ball, but Shelby Valley was able to control it. Whitey now back over to Hampton. Looked at a 3, free throw line. Down in the corner it goes to Newsom. Hampton now backs out. Newsom drives the baseline, cut off, reverses. Come back to Hampton, top of the circle to Whitey over on the left side. Very patient, Charlie.
Yes,
We've
they
got
are.
5:45 left here in this first quarter. Each team took one shot. Excuse me, Shelby Valley's had 2 shots. And there's Whitey, loses it off her foot, was able to run it down. Hampton over to Whitey, 3 in the air, no good. And rebound, Ellsworth comes up with it, puts it off the glass up and in, and Shelby Valley with the 4-2 lead.
Let her get down that low, hard to handle.
Well, Johnson Central tried to save it in, and when they did, these 2 players went out of bounds, saved it right into her, and she was open. Here's Hobson on the drive. Gives it over to Belcher. Belcher across the lane, and got a walk or foul? Okay, a foul. I thought they might have been calling a walk on her.
Tori Hampton, her first, team's first. And let's see.
Ashley Belcher will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. She can tie it up. We got 5:08 left first quarter, 4-2 Shelby Valley. First shot up and good.
Of course, Johnson Central, we looked before, a good free throw shooting team, shoots as a team 72%.
And Belcher has all 3 of the points and misses the second one too long off the back of the rim, and you still got that jinx going, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Hampton into the front court for Shelby Valley, down the lane, kicks it over in the baseline. Here's Whited with it on the left side, double team, back out on top. Hampton 3 in the air, comes off the front of the rim, and Newsom tried to run it down in the corner, but steps on the line, so it will go to Johnson Central.
Shelby Valley settling for the 3 a lot right now.
And we got number 5, Cassidy Rowe, in the ball game for Shelby Valley.
I wondered about that. I think I might have mentioned that earlier.
You might have. Hobson with it into the front court. That's Castle with it, looking for some help. Gets it over to Belcher. Belcher on the left side, top of the circle, Sykes. There's Castle. Hobson 3, no good, and rebound comes off. That was number 25, Stanley. Rowe with it in the front court, gives it over to Hampton. Down low it goes to Ellsworth. Newsom, 3 off the right side, up and good. And Shelby Valley's got a 7-3 lead. Johnson Central with it into the front court. There's Castle with it, gives it over to Sammy Sykes. Belcher comes across the top of the circle, gives to Hobson. She goes to the top of the circle now. Backs it out and is going to reset their offense. She'll give it over to Belcher. Belcher works down the left side to the goal. Shot up, blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Johnson Central.
They may have missed a foul there.
Might have.
It'll be Johnson Central ball on the baseline, though.
That's Morgan Hobson stepping out for Johnson Central. Gets it into Belcher. Back to Hobson in the corner. Now she'll come back top to circle. Castle puts it on the floor. Nice pass inside. Finch up and good. Beautiful drive and dish that time by Castle.
Yeah, she found Finch wide open on the baseline.
And it's 7-5. Shelby Valley with it into the front court. Cassidy Rowe on the right side. Looking for a screen. Gives it over to Hampton. Hampton top of the circle. Still on the bounce. Gives it over to Rowe. Rowe comes top of the circle. She backs out now. Out close to the timeline now. Now she'll go down over the side. That is Newsom with it. Hampton drives. 12-footer in the lane. Blocked. Foul called on Fitch.
That'll be the first on Fitch, I believe. That'll be the team's first.
Tori Hampton will go to the line for Shelby Valley. We've got 2:52 left first quarter, 7-5. Shelby Valley with the 2-point lead. And Hampton comes up short on the free throw off the front of the rim. She'll have one more. Eyes the bucket, shot up, and this one's too long, so she misses them both. Morgan Hobson with it in the front court.
That's going to be tough at the end of the game if you got to hit free throws.
Yes. Fitch comes out to get it. This is Caitlin Fitch. They also got number 44, Hannah Fitch. Here's Seitz, top of the circle, knocks a 3 down, and Johnson Central takes an 8-7 lead.
That was a rainbow.
She hit 2 the last game that they had. And here is Rose, shot no good. Rebound comes off. Sammy Sites on the move to the basket, and beautiful steal that time by Cassidy Rowe. Just waited for Fitch to make the cut, the bucket, reached in, took it away from her. Here's Hampton with it. Puts it on the floor, down the lane,
nice
kicks
job.
over to Ellswick. And what's good for one is good for the other. The same thing, driving a dish, and the center puts it in.
Right, she drew the defender right at her and went for wide open.
9-8, Shelby Valley. 1:50 left first quarter. Johnson Central with the ball over to Sites. Lines up a 3. This one's no good. Battle for the rebound. Still battling, and that's Stanley coming up with it for Shelby Valley. Gives it over to Cassidy Rowe into the front court. Newsom down on the right corner. Back out. It'll come to Rowe. 1:30 left here first quarter. Shelby Valley with the ball and the lead, 9-8, and then make it 11-8 now as Ellswick gets down low and puts it up and in.
I think that's his second assist for Rowe now.
Yes. But they're a different team when she's on the floor. Johnson Central working in the front court with it. Here's Hobson with it, top of the circle. Comes over to the right side, gives it to Belcher. Belcher looking, puts it on the floor, back to Hobson. We're under a minute. 11-8. Shelby Valley with the lead. And Central, that's Castle, Atlanta Castle just standing holding it. They might just let the time run out and work for the last shot. Fitch comes out now to the free throw line, sets the screen. Castle down the lane, shot up, no good. And the rebound comes off to Newsom of Shelby Valley. Into the front court she comes. Now she'll give it back to Cassidy Rowe, back to Newsom, 3 in the air. Comes up short, rebound Castle. Hobson with it. Into the front court, across the left side to Belcher. Now she'll give it to Castle. Hobson now, we got 15 seconds. And they will work for the last one now as Hobson's standing at the jump circle, just holding the basketball. 5 seconds now, gotta go. Castle with it. She puts it on the floor, down the left side, in the corner, Fitch. No good at the buzzer. It's 11-8. Shelby Valley over Johnson Central. We'll send it back to the station. Be back for second quarter action with WPRG TV Sports.
It's taking over. There's no escape. You better get moving. Ready or not. It's about to go down. Here it comes now. Get ready. Get ready. Moving. Ready or not. Get ready.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center. 11-8 right now, Shelby Valley leading Johnson Central. And the biggest news of today's game, though, is the return of Cassidy Rowe.
It's the first time she's been back in the lineup that I can recall since she got injured when they played Pikeville up at Shelby Valley.
You're right.
And now we're about ready. Didn't know what the holdup was. Johnson Central will have the basketball to start this second quarter. Here's Castle. And she's cut off. Now Hannah Fitch in the lineup. Also number 0, Montgomery for Johnson Central. Hannah Fitch gives it to Montgomery. Cross comes over to Belcher. Back to Montgomery at the free throw line. Belcher goes to the free throw line, gives it to Castle. Drives down the left side, kicks it out. Hannah Fitch, 3 out of the corner. Count it. We're tied at 11.
That's what they wanted to do at the end of the first quarter.
Yes. Shelby Valley quickly into the front court. Here's Ellswick down in the lane. Shot up, no good. Good defense that time by Castle. Rebound comes off the Belcher. On the move, kicks in the corner. Hannah Fitch again with the 3. And it rolls and stays in. And Hannah Fitch off the bench 6 quick points on 2 3-pointers, and Johnson Central has the 3-point lead, 14-11.
Well, as we know, the three-pointer is a big difference maker.
It is. There's Cassidy Rowe, kicks it inside, pass stolen. Belcher with it, nearly loses it. Now she controls it, gives it over to Sammy Seitz. Seitz on the move, down the right side to the bucket, up, no good. Rebound comes off of Ellsworth, gets it over to Cassidy Rowe. Into the front court she comes, still on the move. Over to the right side, stops, pops, top circle, count it, 3, and we're tied again, 14 each.
It's going to be a good one, I believe, Larry.
It's starting out to be. Sammy Seitz with it in the front court for Johnson Central. Here's Castle. She drives the left side, comes open, lays it up and in, as went right by Tori Hampton that time, no problem. And hits 16-14. Shelby Valley with it in the front court. Cassidy Rowe reverses down the left side, kicks it in the corner to Hampton. Hampton now top the circle on the bounce. Looks over to Coach Rhodes. Now she moves back down the left side and goes inside to Ellsworth. Her shot's no good. Oh, excuse me, that was Stanley. Shot too strong. Johnson Central with it on the other end. Hannah Fitch, 3, no good. That was a heat check.
Yeah, it was, exactly.
Cassidy Rowe into the front court. She'll give it over to Tori Hampton, puts it on the floor, cut off on the baseline. Back out top comes Cassidy Rowe. 5:25 left first half. It's 16-14 Johnson Central. Rowe with it, top of the circle. Still on the bounce. Now she'll back up to the jump circle, and they'll reset their offense. Running a 1-4 offense, but it's lined up across the low block. Ellsworth comes out on top, gets it. Now Stanley goes crossover to Hampton. Looking inside. And Newsom with a little fake. And she puts it up and in. And we're tied at 16.
That was a nice fake.
Yes,
if y'all have a chance to take a step and get a really nice shot.
Sammy Seitz with it in the front court for Johnson Central. Over to Atlanta Castle. Now Fitch with it. That's Hannah Fitch. As Caitlin Fitch, she's getting rest now. She's not on game. And down the lane, Belcher, and she's fouled. Maybe Rowe.
I think so. Nope.
Number 11, Hampton.
Hampton with the reach.
That's her second team foul. Not very many fouls called, only 3 fouls total. But on Shelby Valley side, they've got 2, both of them on Hampton.
Yes.
Belcher's free throw up and good. Johnson Central eases back out by 1, 17-16, and we've got number 55, Faith Fairchild, into the ball game. Belcher will have one more. Clock rest with 4:30 left first half. Belcher knocks them both down, and Johnson Central back by 2, 18-16. Cassidy Rowe into the front court now for Shelby Valley. She's working down the right side. It goes to Hampton. Back out on top of the row. Being very patient. Rowe's trying to got a screen on both sides, and she fires up an air ball from top of the circle. Had Stanley on one side of the free throw line and Ellsworth on the other, so she could have went either way and end up shooting an air ball.
Well, you know, I'm sure her shot's off in game situations right now.
Yes. Sammy Seitz into the front court with it for Johnson Central. Gives it over to Belcher. She's cut off on the drive. Gets it back out to Hannah Fitch. Back to Belcher free throw line. Down in the corner it'll go. That's Tiara Montgomery with it. Fitch. Oh, excuse me. Belcher. Reverses. Goes to the line or lane. No good, but she's foul. Let's see. No, illegal screen, I guess they call it.
What they're calling, yep.
And that's going to go against Tiara Montgomery. Didn't see that.
I didn't either.
She had a nice reverse dribble and come free, so I didn't even know she'd used the pick. Of course, it might have been just working for rebound position down low. Shelby Valley with it in the front court. Cassidy Rowe over to Hampton. Back to Rowe. Down in the corner to go to Newsom. That's Alyssa Newsom. On the baseline, Stanley back over in the corner. Alyssa Newsom. Cassidy Rowe with it on the right side. Top of the circle, Hampton. Johnson Central's zone shifting very well, not leaving many open. Here's a pass that's deflected, and on the floor going down and getting it is Sammy Seitz. and she'll give it over to Hannah Fitch, and then there's Belcher fouled as Rowe tried to steal the pass, but it might not be a bad foul because that probably saved a layup, Charlie.
You're right.
That's going to be Rowe's first, team's third. Johnson Central will have it on the baseline. 3:05 left here in the first half. It's 18-16 Johnson Central. Sammy Seitz steps out, brings it in, gets it into Fairchild. Belcher, Tierra Montgomery shot, and no good. Battle for the rebound, lost out of bounds by Fairchild. It'll go to Shelby Valley.
Shelby Valley playing well right now, Larry, better than we expected.
We're under 3 minutes here in the first half. Rowe with it in the front court to Hampton, over to Cassidy Rowe, down in the corner, Newsom. Back on top, Hampton. And she'll go back to Newsom and fakes the three, puts it on the floor, and again, hits that little 12-foot baseline jumper. That's two she's made.
She's done really well giving the ball fake and then putting it on the floor.
Yes. We're tied at 18 with 2:30 left first half. Hannah Fitch with it for Johnson Central. Tierra Montgomery. 15-footer on the baseline, no good. Rebound run down by Fairchild, back to Montgomery. She'll try one from the free throw line, no good. Rebound again by Fairchild. And here's Hannah Fitch, top of the circle, comes up short. Finally, Shelby Valley with the rebound. That's Cassidy Rowe. Cross court it comes to Hampton. Stops, 12-footer up there and good. And Shelby Valley retakes the lead, 20-18. We're under 2 minutes here in the first half. Sammy Seitz with it as Shelby Valley puts up some backcourt pressure. And Coach Rice is going to have to call timeout to keep from having the 10-second call. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so 1:43 left first half. It's 20-18 Shelby Valley over Johnson Central.
You know, Rowe coming in has made a big difference in this ball game for Shelby Valley. Rowe is, I don't think there's any question, she's their best ball handler, and that gives them an extra ball handler, which they were struggling with before.
Well, not only that, it makes the defense aware of her, so anywhere she goes on the floor, she's going to get attention paid to, and then that's going to open it up for somebody else.
Yeah, because they don't know what to expect out of her right now. They know how she was before the injury. Right. Is she that good? Is she not that good?
Well, you know she's got to be rusty, but she shows you what kind of player she is just because she's had a couple good dimes, and then she knocked down a three-pointer already.
Yeah. She is a very good passer, no problem.
Yes.
I agree with that 100%.
Right. So Johnson Central will have it, bring the length of the floor. Shelby Valley in that 2-2-1 full court pressure. There's Castle with it, gives it over to Seitz. Still in the backcourt, working, back over to Castle. And now they'll come across to Fairchild. And going to be double dribbled as she thought about passing it and then seen an opening to the bucket and put it back on the floor, turned it over. 20-18, 1:32 left. First half.
Shelby Valley will be bringing it up the floor.
And that's Cassidy Rowe with it, bringing it into the front court. Works down the right side, that's Newsom. Rowe down the left side, inside, try to go to Ellsworth, just threw her hands out of bounds. She's had a nice position. If she'd been able to catch that, might have been able to put that one in.
I think so.
So again, Shelby Valley comes with the full court pressure. Here's Hobson with it. She'll get it over to Castle. And over to Seitz, into the front court. Now into the corner, and Hannah Fitch shot no good. Stanley comes up with the rebound. Gives it over in the front court to Newsom. Rowe, three, no good. And we're going to have a foul, and who's that going to be on? Ellsworth or Stanley, I think it was.
Or is that Stanley? Yeah, it's Stanley.
Yes, Stanley. It's going to be her first, team's fourth. Didn't know if that one's going to go back through or not on that three-point shot, Charlie. It rimmed and had a high bounce, and ball knocked out of bounds by Stanley. Coach Rice was wanting a foul call, a little bit of contact. They get it in the front court. Sammy Seitz, she takes it to the bucket, and shots blocked by Ellsworth, but it stayed with Johnson Central. 53 seconds left, 2018. Shelby Valley with the lead, low-scoring game. Hobson steps out, and now she brings it in, gets it over to Fitch, gives it over to Seitz. Seitz motioning for Hobson to come out and take it, and she will. 45 seconds left. She looks over to Coach Rice. He just holds his hand up, says, hold up right there. Shelby Valley is man-to-man, but they're not putting any pressure on, as Rowe is about 8 foot off of Hobson. We're down to 30 seconds. Hobson just standing with the basketball on her hip. Down to 20 seconds. Now Rowe comes out, puts some pressure on, gets the count started. So Hobson gets over to Castle. Castle standing out by herself now. We're down to 10 seconds. They'll start their offense here. And now here they go. Castle, top of the circle, down the left side, take it to the bucket, shot up, and comes off. Got a nice shot. And here's Rowe, long heave. It's going to come up short. And at the end of the first half, it's 2018 Shelby Valley over Johnson Central. We'll send it back to the station. Be back shortly with some first half stats, halftime comments. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Business Internet just reached the tipping point. Tip your hat to the information age. Get a gig for business and upload robust files, complex videos, and compound reports at the same time, in real time, while saving time. For DISA and data, get a gig. Got it? Now get going. Get up to 1 gig business cable internet from IMC. Bundle with business telephone and save even more. Call us today.
Whether you're looking for a new garage door or just need repairs, Overhead Door stands for excellence. With a complete line of garage doors and openers, plus expert service you can trust. Beautifully designed, beautifully crafted, trusted for more than 90 years. Always look for the Overhead Door logo to be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door.
It's taking over. There's no escape. You better get moving. Ready or not, it's about to go down. Here it comes now. Get ready. Get ready. Moving. Ready or not, get ready.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
Hey, it's Craig Damon Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Get this 8-piece living room suite for only $18.99. Includes 3-piece tables, 2 lamps, and a 3-piece living room suite. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Damon Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to imctv.com/watchtve to get started. Intermountain Cable, connecting you to everything that matters.
Hey, it's Craig Damon Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Buy this all-power 3-piece catnapper for only $94 a month, plus up to a 50-inch TV for free. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Damon Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
What business are you in? Building, growing, life-changing. Let us introduce ourselves. We're in the speed business. No, not that speed. 500 megabits per second speed. Enough speed for this, and this. Speed that delivers orders, big orders. Change your tax bracket orders. Ready for takeoff? Let's do some business. Get 500 meg cable internet from IMC Business Broadband for as low as $239 a month. Bundle with business telephone and save even more.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone you choose, but also allows you to upgrade to the latest and greatest phone quicker? You get the Appalachian Advantage. Get any device for $0 down and upgrade your smartphone once half your device payments are made. With a qualifying trade-in, choose a device payment plan, 6, 12, 18, 24, or 36 months. We'll leave that decision to you. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Phone payment plan required. See store for details. Advantage requires no money down. Taxes due at time of sale.
Today's households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get Intermountain Cable high-speed internet with speeds up to 500 meg. Call 1-800-635-7052 today.
Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center. 20-18 right now. Shelby Valley with the lead. And I tell you, they played pretty well.
They have played well. We'll go over some first half numbers. Shooting the ball very well right now. 9 of 19 from the field for 47%. And Johnson Central only 6 of 20 for 30%. Three-pointers, 2 of 8 for Shelby Valley for 25, and 3 of 7 for Johnson Central, 42%. Johnson Central was 3 of 4 from the foul line, and Shelby Valley was 0 of 2. Not very many foul shots shot in the first half. Rebounds, 11-9. That favors Shelby Valley. 13 to 14. I was looking at defensive rebounds. 13 to 14. Johnson Central with the rebound edge. They have 9 defensive rebounds. Shelby Valley with 11 assists. Shelby Valley got 7 assists on 9 made buckets, and Johnson Central 4 assists on 6 made buckets. Turnovers, 4 to 3. Johnson Central with the 4, Shelby Valley with 3. Shelby Valley credited with 2 blocks, 2 steals for both teams. Scoring-wise for Johnson Central, they were led in scoring by Hannah Fitch with 6, those coming off in 2 3-pointers, and those 3-pointers was opened up the second quarter. And we've got 5 points for Ashley Belcher, 2 points for Atlanta Castle, Sammy Seitz with 3, and 2 points also for Caitlin Fitch. For Shelby Valley, they were led in scoring by Alyssa Newsom with 9 points. She was 4 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from three-point line. Had 6 points for Alyssa Elswick. Elswick 3 of 4 from the field. Also had 3 points from Cassidy Rowe, that coming off from 1 3-pointer, and 2 points for Tori Hampton. Fast break points, Shelby Valley 7 to 3 on that one. They also lead points off for turnovers 6-0. Points into paint favors Johnson Central 6 to 4. Both teams had 2 second chance points, and bench scoring favors Johnson Central 6 to 3. Shelby Valley largest lead was by 4. That come at the 4:13 mark in the first quarter. Johnson Central's largest lead was by 3, and that come at the 7:09 mark in the second quarter. Score's been tied 5 times and had 4 lead changes, Charlie. So everything on the stat sheet is just as close as the score on the scoreboard.
It is. I think both teams have played good defense here in the first half, but they both made good shot selection, taking good shots. If they continue to take the good shots, I think that shooting percentage will stay up, but if they start rushing it, that'll change it for one or the other of them.
Well, and both teams distributing the ball well. Both of them, 75% of their made buckets is coming off an assist, so that's a good ball movement. And we'd like to thank everyone out there for listening to us on WXKZ 105.3 and WXLR 104.9. As we've been here all last week and through the weekend, and now we're here tonight and tomorrow night, so we appreciate you listening in and encourage you to stay tuned for the night's second game between Floyd Central and Pikeville. I also would like to mention Mann Toyota, Community Trust Bank, Microtech Internet and Security, Total Pharmacy Care, Attorney John Earl Hunt, Appalachian Wireless, Charlotte's Tax Service, Citizens Drug, Intermountain Cable, Craig Dameron Furniture, Harrod Family Pharmacy, and Overhead Door of Eastern Kentucky. All those fine sponsors has been with us throughout the tournaments, Charlie.
Absolutely.
And we're at the half, 20-18, Shelby Valley over Johnson Central. And it looks like Shelby Valley will have the basketball when we return to action. This is WPRG TV Sports.
The good folks at Howard Family Pharmacy grew up right here in Eastern Kentucky. They know this town just as well as they know their customers. You want to be greeted by a friend and a pharmacist you know and trust. Come see Wes Howard and Tiffany Jacobs at Howard Family Pharmacy, located at Eastern near Allen Central High School. Call us or visit howardfamilypharmacy.com. Most insurance plans are accepted. Late hours, open on Saturday. Howard Family Pharmacy.
What business are you in? Building, growing, life-changing. Let us introduce ourselves. We're in the speed business. No, not that speed. 500 megabits per second speed. Enough speed for this, and this. Speed that delivers orders, big orders. Change your tax bracket orders. Ready for takeoff? Let's do some business. Get 500 meg cable internet from IMC Business Broadband for as low as $239 a month. Bundle with business telephone and save even more.
Hey, it's Craig Diamond Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Get this 8-piece living room suite for only $18.99. It includes 3-piece tables, 2 lamps, and a 3-piece living room suite. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Diamond Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to imctv.com/watchtve to get started. Intermountain Cable, connecting you to everything that matters.
It's taking over. There's no escape. You better get moving. Ready or not, it's about to go down. Here it comes now. Get ready. Get ready. Moving. Ready or not, get ready.
Hey, it's Craig Diamond Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Buy this sectional with the Ottoman, only $62 a month, plus up to a 50-inch TV for free. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Diamond Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone you choose, but also allows you to upgrade to the latest and greatest phone quicker? You get the Appalachian Advantage. Get any device for $0 down and upgrade your smartphone once half your device payments are made. With a qualifying trade-in, choose a device payment plan, 6, 12, 18, 24, or 36 months. We'll leave that decision to you. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Phone payment plan required. See store for details. Advantage requires no money down. Taxes due at time of sale.
Today's households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get Intermountain Cable high-speed internet with speeds up to 500 meg. Call 1-800-635-7052 today.
Hey, it's Craig Diamond Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Buy this all-power 3-piece catnapper for only $94 a month, plus up to a 50-inch TV for free. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Diamond Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
Here's Tim Wells, General Manager, Mann Toyota. Tim, once again, we're in a new year. You got some new cars and some new incentives.
We sure do, Randy. Toyota's starting the year out strong. They have great rebates on all their vehicles and great rates on the Tundra, the Sienna, the Corolla, the Yaris, 0%. Even on the RAV4, 0% interest.
Man, what a deal.
You're gonna drive away saying, man, what a deal.
Mann Toyota, US 23, Prestonsburg.
Business internet just reached the tipping point. Tip your hat to the information age. Get a gig for business and upload robust files, complex videos, and compound reports at the same time, in real time, while saving time. For DISA and data, get a gig. Got it? Now get going. Get up to 1 gig business cable internet from IMC. Bundle with business telephone and save even more. Call us today.
Well, I'm back at the East Kentucky Expo Center, 20-18. Shelby Valley holding on to a 2-point lead. And let's look at some of the numbers here, Larry. Philip Wireman, won more titles than anybody. He was at Johnson Central. He won 8, was runner-up twice. That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
And Darren Rice is second with 3 championships and 2 runner-ups. And then Rodney Rowe is third. He's got 3 championships and no runners-ups. So if he got championship game, you were hurting.
Yeah. So he won it all 3 times he was there.
Yep, you're right. I'm going to look back to see what he did on boys' side. That's always cute. Is that what you're getting ready?
Right here's the boys on this side. Rodney Rowe had 2 titles as boys coach and no runners-up. So he's been in 5 regional championships, boys and girls together, won all 5.
You let him into the championship game, you're in trouble.
Might as well stay at the house.
Yep.
And we're about ready for second half action as 20-18 Shelby Valley over Johnson Central, and Valley will have it to start this second half as Cassidy Rowe has it into the front court for the Lady Wildcats. Works over to the right side, across the top of the circle now, stops, pops, top of the circle, 3, no good. Rebound comes off Sammy Seitz with it. Seitz working into the front court, and Johnson Central look like they might be trying to push it up the floor a little more. Hobson with it, gives it over to Castle, top of the circle. She drives down the right side, still on the move. And now she reverses. Free throw. And down the right side, inside it'll go, and that is Caitlin Fitch, and she gets it blocked out of bounds by Ellswick.
And Ellswick doing a good job keeping her hand straight up.
Stanley on the block still.
Stanley, sorry.
And Hobson will look to throw it in, and pass is knocked out of bounds. That's by Stanley.
Yep.
Stanley very active here to start this third quarter. So Hobson will bring it in on baseline. She'll get it in now. That's Fitch. Caitlin Fitch, and she stands there and holds it. Hobson comes out and gets it. Hobson out close to the timeline now. Works across the castle. Down the left side it comes to Belcher. Seitz comes to top of the circle, gets it, works it down the right side to Castle. Castle looking for help. Belcher top of the circle. And here's Fitch at the free throw line, puts it on the floor, down the lane, shot no good. Battle for the rebound. Hampton controls it for Shelby Valley. And here's Rowe, kicks it up to Ellswick. Over to Stanley, she's open. Now thought she might be taking the bucket. She'll kick it back out on top to Hampton. Hampton goes over to Rowe. She comes top of the circle, sets the offense, works it down inside. Ellswick shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound, goes back up, no good. And going to have a foul, and it's going to go against Fitch, I think.
That's what it looks like. Darren Rice not happy with that call.
That's going to be her second. So Shelby Valley will have it on the baseline.
And that's going to be a foul on Johnson Central. She fell and she reached up and grabbed her by the shorts.
Yeah, and that'll go against Castle. That's her first. 2 quick fouls by Johnson Central. And Rowe looking to bring it in. Now she'll get it in. Stanley on the turnaround in the lane, puts it up and in. And 4-point lead. And stepping on the baseline is Johnson Central, turning it over. So it'll go back to Shelby Valley. Shelby Valley with the pressure, and it's bothered Johnson Central.
It has, you're right.
Cassidy Rowe brings it into the front court for Shelby Valley. Works it down right side to Newsom, cross back over to Rowe. Tries to get loose from Seitz and can't do it. Ellswick inside and double team. Stanley picks it up, puts it no good, and Fitch comes off with the rebound. Caitlin Fitch gets it over to Hobson. On the move in the front court, kicks it back over to Belcher. Belcher, free throw line, gets it over to Castle, kicks it back out. Hobson, 3 in the air. No good, and rebound Fitch, and I think that's going to be Ellsworth with the hold.
I think you're right.
And that's going to be her first, team's first.
Big break for Shelby Valley. Her go this deep into the game with no fouls.
Exactly. Well, actually, neither team with any foul trouble. A couple with 2 fouls. Not been a lot of fouls called. Here's Castle, takes it down the lane. Her shot no good. And Ellsworth picks up a quick 2 fouls as she got that one too.
Just as I said there, right?
Or just as you said it. Just like with the free throw, Charlie. You're the jinx. So Castle will go to the line to shoot free throws. She'll have 2. First one's up and good. She didn't have any free throw attempts in the first half. 22-19, and make it 22-20 as 5:35 left, third quarter. Shelby Valley has the basketball with the 2-point lead. Castro with it into the front court, gives it over. That's Newsom. And here's Alex Stanley. Now she'll hand it back over to Rowe. And Seitz with her and forces a bad shot and comes off to Fitch. Seitz is really putting some good defense on her. And here, Hobson down the lane, tries to get it over to Fitch. It's stolen.
Great hands by Stanley.
Newsom with it in the end, takes it, puts it up and in. Alexis Newsom. And Shelby Valley back out before, quickly on the other end. Here's Fitch, and she walks.
It was a great, I tell you what, Stanley playing well tonight.
Stanley, she was guarding 2 of them that time.
Yeah.
Might have been better for Fitch to take that one up against her, try to pick up that third foul.
You're right.
Rowe with it into the front court. We're under 5 minutes here, third quarter, 24-20 Shelby Valley. Rowe works down the left side, still on the move, kicks it inside. Stanley up and good.
That was a nasty pass.
Yes, it was. Beautiful pass. And it's a good thing Stanley used to playing with her, or that one there might have collected her right in the face. And here's pressure in the backcourt. Belcher with it. Gets it over to Hobson. Long pass up court to Fitch. She goes in, puts it up and in as they get on the backside of the press and end up with a layup.
Great baseball pass by Johnson Central.
26-22. Shelby Valley with the lead. Here's Stanley. Kicks it over in the corner. That's Hampton. Hampton puts it on the floor. 8-foot shot. No good. Rebound comes up. That was Belcher with it to Hobson. And again, Fitch on the other end puts it up. No good. Rebound comes out of there. Hobson, the smallest player on the floor, comes up with it. Castle. She goes down the right side, and it's blocked. Foul called on Stanley. It's going to be her second. Johnson Central taking it down to the deep in the paint now on the low block, and they've ended up getting 3 fouls here whistled so far against the bigs for Shelby Valley. And free throw comes out. Score remains 26-22 with 3:52 left, third quarter. And we've got number 1, that is Lacey Johnson, into the lineup for Shelby Valley.
Hand the Fitch back in the lineup for Johnson Central.
And Castle's free throw off the front of the rim falls through. It's 26-23. Then here's Newsom on the other end, straight to the bucket, no good. Rebound Johnson just off the bench. And she'll take a 10-foot baseline shot, no good, but Ellsworth there to clean up the board, put it back in. 28-23, and here's a steal. Johnson making herself known off the bench, and here's a beautiful pass to Hampton up and in. And Johnson Central trails by 7. Seitz with it. And get it over to Fitch. Now they'll get it to Belcher, to the bucket. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes off. And again, Johnson with the rebound. Rowe with it in the front court. Spin move, kicks it over in the corner. That's Hampton with it. Rowe goes to the floor, now gets up. Goes in the corner, she'll take it. Inside it goes as Ellswick loses his out of bounds. That was good defense by Hannah Fitch, so she deflected that one, caused her to lose control of it. And we're going to call a full timeout. Shelby Valley, it's 2:47 left, third quarter. Valley with a 7-point lead, 30-23. We'll be right back. It's WPRG TV Sports.
Whether you're looking for a new garage door or just need repairs, Overhead Door stands for excellence. With a complete line of garage doors and openers, plus expert service you can trust. Beautifully designed, beautifully crafted, trusted for more than 90 years. Always look for the Overhead Door logo to be sure you're getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door.
The good folks at Howard Family Pharmacy grew up right here in Eastern Kentucky. They know this town just as well as they know their customers. You want to be greeted by a friend and a pharmacist you know and trust. Come see Wes Howard and Tiffany Jacobs at Howard Family Pharmacy, located at Eastern near Allen Central High School. Call us or visit howardfamilypharmacy.com. Most insurance plans are accepted. Late hours, open on Saturday. Howard Family Pharmacy.
Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center. 30-23, Shelby Valley on top of Johnson Central. We've got 2:47 to play here in the third quarter, Larry. It's been a good ball game.
It has been. The pressure, surprisingly, has bothered Johnson Central. They've had several turnovers since they went to that pressure late in the first half, but they've had it on the whole third quarter, and they've turned it over at least 3 or 4 times here in this quarter. Morgan Hobson brings it into front court for Johnson Central, gets it over to Castle. Belcher's been quiet since that first quarter. She's not even looking for a shot, and as I say it, she takes a three, shoots an air ball, but put back up and in by Castle. We'll count that as an assist. 30.
I'm sure she will.
Yeah, right. 30-20. Well, they must give her a 2-point shot on that, wasn't it? 30-23.
It was a 2-point shot.
Oh, okay. I thought she was behind the line. Shelby Valley working in the front court. Here's Johnson with it, gives it over to Rowe. Rowe to the free throw line. Now backs out to the timeline. Sammy Seitz guarding hers, gets a screen from Johnson, stops at the free throw line, up good. No help defense that time, and as she broke free on the screen, she comes wide open and drills it. 32-25, 1:45 left third quarter. And here's Castle with it, gives it over to Belcher. Belcher working top of the circle, now looking for help, gives it over to Sammy Seitz. Hobson comes out and gets it back top of the circle, Castle. And she'll go inside. That's Hannah Fitch down the lane. Shot up, no good. Nice defense that time by Ellsworth. She comes up with the rebound. Gets it over to Rowe. Cassidy Rowe working on the left side of the court. Comes across top circle. Top free throw, or excuse me, three-point line. Shot no good. And Belcher comes off with the rebound. Kicks it up. Here's Fitch, wide open. Puts it up and in, and one.
That may be Ellsworth.
I think it's Johnson.
Oh, it is. It's Johnson.
Yes. Yes. That's her first, team's fourth. And Hannah Fitch will be at the line trying to complete the three-point play. She's got 8 points off the bench. And make it 9 as she knocks it down.
3 the old-fashioned way.
And she's had 2 3-pointers and a three-point play.
That's right.
32-28, lead to 4. We're under a minute, and Rowe just standing out at the jump circle, and Shelby Valley's went to the spread offense. Johnson Central right now within 4, just content to let them take time off the clock. It's down to 40 seconds. Now Johnson Central even backs up back into the top of the circle. Winner of this one will get the winner of the next one, Charlie. That would be Floyd Central and Pikeville.
That'll be a good game as well.
I think so. Rowe just standing, bouncing it at the jump circle. We're under 20 seconds here, third quarter. It's 32-28. Now Johnson Central comes out, puts a little pressure on. We're at 10 seconds. Rowe puts it on the floor. She'll start making her move now. Hobson on her, kicks it over in the corner. There's Hampton, goes back to Rowe in the corner. Shot Up and good. It's a two-point shot at the buzzer, and it's 34-28. Valley with the 6-point lead at the end of 3. This City Station will be right back. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to imctv.com/watchtve to get started. Intermountain Cable, connecting you to everything that matters.
Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center. 34-28, Shelby Valley leading Johnson Central. We head into the fourth quarter, and Shelby Valley's come out to play.
They have. They put 14 points up in that quarter, and Johnson Central only putting up 10, so outscored them before. Extend that halftime lead to 6 going into the fourth quarter. Johnson Central will have it start the quarter. Here's Castle with it, top of the circle, looking for help. Now puts it on the floor. Comes over to Belcher and gives over to side. They've got Hobson down low. She was posting up. She's the smallest player on the floor. Now she pops out on top and shoots the 3, no good. Rebound, and no foul called there. Got away with the push on that one for sure.
Yeah. I'm not sure who did, but somebody did.
Got a held ball, and it's going to go to Shelby Valley.
7:32 to go here in the ball game. 34-28, Shelby Valley with the 6-point lead.
Belcher was right at the rim, and she goes up for the shot and ends up hitting under the backboard with it. I'm pretty sure she didn't jump toward the out of bounds by herself, right?
The official thought she did.
Him standing right there, too. And shot no good, Barrow. Rebound comes off the Hannah Fitch. Sights with it into the front court. She works back top circle down the lane, breaks free to the bucket, up and rolls in.
Shelby Valley missed a defensive assignment there. Had 2 of them on the front, nobody guarding the lane.
Well, they had that screen and nobody switched.
Right.
They got caught up on the screen. It's 34-30. Here's Hampton, and Johnson Central picking up some pressure. They go inside to Ellswick. She's fouled. Be either Belcher or Castle. They've got their choice. And it's going to be Belcher.
Shelby Valley shooting 45% for the ball game. Johnson Central only 30 right now, Larry.
Well, they shot 30 in the first half, and they've shot 30 in the second half so far. Only 9 of 30 from the field.
So Ellswick with 2 shots.
6:50 left in the ball game. It's a 4-point lead, Shelby Valley, as Ellswick's free throw comes out. So it stays at 4. Have one more. Ellswick eyes the bucket, shot up, and that one's nothing but the net. 35-30. And Central having a problem getting it in, just barely beat the 5-second count. Now here's Castle in the front court to Hobson. Hobson down the left side, now reverses, looking for help, gives it over to Castle.
Shelby Valley did a great job getting back in defensive position after the press.
Here's Castle working at the free throw line. Now she backs out over on the right side, down the side, kicks it back over. Fitch, free throw jumper up and good. And it's a one-possession game, 35-32. Rowe with it into front court for Shelby Valley. Sammy Sights guarding her. Rowe works to the left side, comes all the way to the right side. Newsom 3, count it.
Newsom's had a good ball game.
Newsom left her open, and she drills it. 14 points.
Yep, she's had a good ball game.
She was their leading scorer in the first game, and we've got a timeout. And that's going to be Johnson Central calling the timeout. It's going to be a 30, so with 5:57 left in the ball game, it's 38-32.
Darren Rice was disappointed in his team's decision-making there, I think.
Yes.
Shelby Valley is able to shoot the ball well right now. They've had some good looks at the basket, and I'll tell you, their defense has been a game changer tonight.
It has been. They're shooting 16 of 35 from the field, 45%. They come in on the regular season shooting 36% from the field, so shooting about 10 percentage points higher than they normally shoot. Let's see, fast break points, 11-7 after 3 for Shelby Valley. Big right here, Charlie, is where it's at. Points off turnover, 12-2 in favor of Shelby Valley.
Well, you know,
and Johnson Central has turned it over 8 times, and they've scored 10 points, or 12 points off those 8 turnovers.
You add Rowe to the mix, it changes everything because it gives you one more athlete.
Exactly. And here's Castle into the front court, Belcher, and she takes it down the lane, puts it up and in. She kind of hesitated, but they had it 2-on-1, and Ellsworth didn't want to pick that third foul up, and it's 38-34. 5:35 here left in the ball game. Shelby Valley with the basketball, working in the front court. Here's Johnson, a little 10-foot jumper in the lane, no good. She goes down, no call. Rebound comes off. That's Castle with it. Into the front court, still on the move down the right side. Now gives it over to Hobson. Hobson looks over to coach, see what he wants him to run. Still standing. Now Belcher will come out and get it. Belcher down the right side, still on the move, reverses. Comes across the top of the circle, gets a screen from Castle. Works it over in the corner. Hobson, 3 in the air. No good. Rebound comes off, and that is Newsom with it, knocked from behind. And that was Seitz knocking it loose, and she goes and gets it, and then they're called the foul on Newsom for pushing her down.
Hey, she got her chicken wing out there and did. I agree with that call.
So that's going to be her first, but 5 team fouls. Johnson Central only 3 team fouls. 38-34. Shelby Valley leads before. Johnson Central has it. Sammy Seitz, top of the circle. Gets a screen, works over to the right side. Down inside it goes to Castle, and she's drilled. That would be Rowe or Johnson, either one. I'm not sure which they're going to call it on. They're calling it on Johnson. You're right. That's her second. 6 team fouls. This will be 2 free throws for Castle, but it'll be the 1-and-1 on the next one. And Castle tonight from the free throw line is 3 of 4. And she makes that one, make it 4 of 5. She's got 8 points now, and the lead's cut to 3, and she can get it to 2 with a make here, and she does. And it's 38-36, 4:40 left. Plenty of time, Charlie. Here's Rowe with it, working down the left side. And Fitch comes out, cuts her off inside. Johnson breaks free, puts it up and in. Lacey Johnson. Johnson Central gets it in. That's Seitz, and going to have a block call on Johnson. Going to be her third, and that's going to be the 1-and-1.
Dodo Rowe is incredulous.
Yes. Decided you need to take him a little rest over on the sideline. Seitz will be at the line. It's a 1-and-1. And she makes the first. Johnson Central are making some good headway at the free throw line right now, Charlie.
Exactly what you don't want to do when you got a lead.
Exactly. Foul, put them at the line and let them score for the time of the clock stop. Seitz with one more, and this one's also good, so they've made 4 straight from the free throw line. It's a 2-point game, 40-38.
And above average shooting team at 72%.
Yes, as a team.
As a team.
Right. Cassidy Rowe with it in the front court, works to the left side, now reverses, comes to the right side. Now she reverses, stops, tries to go into Ellsworth, ball tipped loose, and good defense that time by Atlanta Castle. She comes up with it, gives it over to Seitz. They can tie it with the 2, take the lead with the 3. Here's Seitz, comes loose in the corner. Belcher with it. Gives it over to Hannah Fitch, into the corner, Hobson. Back over to Castle. Castle drives, ducks under, shot up. We're tied. Beautiful step under that time by Castle as she just stepped through Ellswick and ties it up. 3:25 left in the ball game. Rowe with it in the front court for Shelby Valley. It'll come over. That is Johnson with it. That's the free throw line. Gives it back over to Ellswick. Tori Hampton with it, top of the circle. Over to Newsom, looks, puts it on the floor, shoots, no good, foul call. And Charlie, that's 3 or 4 times she's give that ball fake from behind that three-point line and forced the defense to come out on her and then drove it by him.
Yeah, Belfry picks up that foul. It's her second.
This will be 2 shots for Alyssa Newsom. We're tied at 40. And now it's 41-40 as Shelby Valley eases back out by 1. We have 3:07 left here in the ball game. She'll have one more. She eyes the bucket. Shots up, and it's also good. 42-40. And Shelby Valley gets in that 2-2-1 press. Here's Belcher with it to the center of the floor. Breaks it over Hobson. 3, no good. And rebound, Fitch grabs it, puts it back up and in. We're tied. Ellswick was about ready to reach down to get that, but she just reached over and snatched it from her. Here's Hampton in the front court, down the lane, kicks it over to Ellswick. She goes and puts it up and in, and it's 44-42, and we're back and forth now. Castle works in the backcourt to Hobson, gets it over to Belcher. Over Sights, 3 in the air. Good, and Johnson Central retakes the lead, 45-44. 2:15 left in the ball game. We've got a good one brewing, folks. Here's Rowe working down the left side in the corner. And that's Hampton drives the baseline. Her shot up, comes off, no good. Rebound comes off to Belcher. Hobson with it. Into the front court she comes. Now she holds up. Gives it over to Castle. Castle now works back out to Hobson. I look for them to try to spread the floor and take time off the clock, Charlie. They're into 1-1 if Shelby Valley has to foul them.
You're right.
Hobson looking for some help. And
what do you call?
Called a 5-second call. She picked her dribble and she did have it 3 seconds. But it's Shelby Valley's basketball and they're going to call a timeout. 1:35 left here in the ball game and it's going to be a 30-second timeout. So 1:35 left. Johnson Central by 1. Shelby Valley with the basketball. Johnson Central with 4 team fouls. Shelby Valley with 7.
I tell you, it hadn't been very lucky to be in a close game with Johnson Central down the stretch because we had some girls out there who hit some big-time shots to win ball games.
Hey, two years ago, Sammy Sights hits a little runner in the lane to defeat Pikeville in the semifinal game. And then last year, Morgan Hobson took the assist from Sammy Sights, hit a 3 to beat Shelby Valley.
Yep, you're right.
That was in the semifinal game.
Yes. So in a semifinal game, it's not good to be in a close one.
It's not. And Sights hits that big 3 to give them a lead, and that's the first time they've led since early in the, well, let's see, I think their last lead was, their last lead was 7:09 to go in the second quarter. Shelby Valley will have it side out. And they get it in to Rowe. She comes in the front court, gives it over to Newsom. They go inside to Ellswick. Pass not long enough, comes up short. Johnson Central steals it. Sights with it in the front court. Giving it over to Hobson. Hobson puts it on the floor. Double team. Nice dribble getting out of there and goes across the Castle. We've got 1 minute left. Hobson with it. Belcher. Johnson Central spreading the floor. And Hampton on Belcher. Now the count's on her. Now she'll give it over to Hobson. 50 seconds left. Johnson Central with the 1-point lead, and Hobson has and called a timeout. Johnson Central.
Ball was tipped, right?
Yes, it was tipped. Yeah.
Went off her foot. That's why it should have been a kick ball anyway, shouldn't it?
And it's going to be a full timeout, so 47 seconds left. We'll send the station. Be back. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Hey, it's Craig Dammer Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Buy this sectional with the Ottoman, only $62 a month, plus up to a 50-inch TV for free. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Dammer Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
Today's households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get Intermountain Cable high-speed internet with speeds up to 500 meg. Call 1-800-635-7052 today.
Hey, it's Craig Dammer Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Buy this all-power 3-piece catnapper for only $94 a month, plus up to a 50-inch TV for free. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Dammer Furniture in downtown Pike.
And that's going to be a foul as Stanley fouls Belcher, and then turns around and looks at the official like, what did I do?
I mean, you know, there's no argument there.
She thought they was.
Well, yeah.
That's 18 fouls, and that's Stanley's third. Belcher will be at the line. Let's see what she's done there. She's 3 or 4. 1-1. And makes the first. 2-point lead, and this one's the big one here, Charlie. If she makes this one, it's still a one-possession game, but it takes a 3 to tie it.
Yeah, she's 75% free throw shooter.
Yes. And the second one's up, and you done it again, Charlie. She misses it. Hampton with it into the front court. And Ayleswick, or it's, yes, that's Ayleswick. And her shot up and good, and we're tied.
Tough drive, tough drive.
Tough shot. And here's Castle looking for help. Gives it over to Belcher, 25 seconds. 20 seconds down the lane, shot up, no good. Rebound comes off the Castle and back in, and a foul call.
Wow.
As Belcher puts it up and a foul called, and that's going to be on Ayleswick.
Wow.
That's her third. .14 seconds left. It's tied, and Belcher misses the free throw. That's 2 straight. She's missed a 75% free throw shooter on the season. She'll have one more. 14.5 seconds all left in the ball game. Belcher second one, and this one's good. So it's a 1-point lead, and Shelby Valley will have it. Here's Hampton, and we're going to have a timeout. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, I think, for Shelby Valley.
Yes.
No, it's going to be a full, so with 11 seconds left, we'll take one ourselves and be right back. 47-46, Johnson Central. This is WPRG TV Sports.
It's taking over. There's no escape. You better get moving. Ready or not. It's about to go down. Here it comes now. Get ready. Get ready. Moving. Ready or not. Get
Here's Tim Wells, General Manager, Man Toyota. Tim, once again, we're in a new year. You got some new cars and some new incentives.
We sure do, Randy. Toyota's starting the year out strong. They have great rebates on all their vehicles and great rates on the Tundra, the Sienna, the Corolla, the Yaris, 0%. Even on the RAV4, 0% interest.
Man, what a deal.
You're gonna drive away saying, man, what a deal.
Man Toyota, US 23, Prestonsburg.
Welcome back to East Kentucky Expo Center, 47-46. Johnson Central with the lead. Shelby Valley with the ball. 11.6 seconds.
11.6 seconds left. You're right, as Newsom at the midcourt stripe looking to throw it in and can't get it in. Going to call it another timeout. And it's going to be a full. Let's stay here with it, Charlie, as like we said, we'll do a game reset. We've got 11.6 seconds. Johnson Central with the 1-point lead. Johnson Central, one thing you can look at, Charlie, they only got 4 fouls, so they got 2 fouls to give. They can let them get it in and then foul them and take some time off the clock. That's a strategy that you could use. On the other hand, Shelby Valley's got 19 fouls, so it will be the double bonus if they have to foul Johnson Central. And Shelby Valley with 1 timeout left, Johnson Central has 2.
I mean, right now it's going to be Shelby Valley's got to get a good look. They've only got 11 seconds, so not going to be able to, they got to work the ball in quickly, and they got to get a good look.
Well, they've got some good options. They can get it down low to Ellswick. Newsom's been a really good outside She's been great the whole tournament. She's got 16 points. She was their leading scorer in the first game. I think she had 16 or 17. And then you also got Cassidy Rowe that can put it on the floor and take it to the bucket.
You know, this may come down to free throws.
And here it comes in, and it's coming in Newsom. They go into Ellswick, and she's fouled, but it's before the shot, so no foul shots, and that's only 5 team fouls, so they've got 1 more to give.
They made sure she didn't get shot up, even if they waited calling on the shot.
Right. So Cassidy Rose steps out, and now Darren Rice is going to call a timeout. And it's going to be a full, so we'll take 1-2. It's 47-46. Johnson Central over Shelby Valley. 8 seconds left. Shelby Valley's ball when we return. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Business Internet just reached the tipping point. Tip your hat to the information age. Get a gig for business and upload robust files, complex videos, and compound reports at the same time, in real time, while saving time. For DISA and data, get a gig. Got it? Now get going. Get up to 1 gig business cable internet from IMC. Bundle with business telephone and save even more. Call us today.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone you choose, but also allows you to upgrade to the latest and greatest phone quicker? You get the Appalachian Advantage. Get any device for $0 down and upgrade your smartphone once half your device payments are made. With a qualifying trade-in, choose a device payment plan, 6, 12, 18, 24, or 36 months. We'll leave that decision to you. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Phone payment plan required. See store for details. Advantage requires no money down. Taxes due at time of sale.
Expo Center 47-46. Johnson Central with the lead. 8.6 seconds left here in the ball game.
And Rowe will have it under her own bucket. She gets it into Hampton. And Hampton comes across the top circle. She's fouled. And still no foul shots, as Johnson Central had 1 more foul to give. And that gets it down to 5 seconds. The official was a motion in the bonus, but there's no bonus there. That's 4 fouls on Belcher, though. That, of course, there's only 5 seconds left. So Hampton throws it in, gives it in to Rose. She drives down the lane, floater off the glass, no good. And Johnson Central will come away with the 1-point victory, 47-46, and they'll move on to the championship game tomorrow night. And they will play the winner of the second game tonight between Floyd Central and Pikeville. We'll send it back to the station. We'll be back shortly with some final stats and comments. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to imctv.com/watchtve to get started. Intermountain Cable, connecting you to everything that matters.
Whether you're looking for a new garage door or just need repairs, Overhead Door stands for excellence. With a complete line of garage doors and openers, plus expert service you can trust. Beautifully designed, beautifully crafted, trusted for more than 90 years. Always look for the Overhead Door logo to be sure you're getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door.
The good folks at Howard Family Pharmacy grew up right here in Eastern Kentucky. They know this town just as well as they know their customers. You want to be greeted by a friend and a pharmacist you know and trust. Come see Wes Howard and Tiffany Jacobs at Howard Family Pharmacy, located at Eastern near Allen Central High School. Call us or visit howardfamilypharmacy.com. Most insurance plans are accepted. Late hours, open on Saturday. Howard Family Pharmacy.
What business are you in? Building, growing, life-changing. Let us introduce ourselves. We're in the speed business. No, not that speed. 500 megabits per second speed. Enough speed for this, and this. Speed that delivers orders, big orders. Change your tax bracket orders. Ready for takeoff? Let's do some business. Get 500 meg cable internet from IMC Business Broadband for as low as $239 a month. Bundle with business telephone and save even more. Business internet just reached the tipping point. Tip your hat to the information age. Get a gig for business and upload robust files, complex videos, and compound reports at the same time, in real time, while saving time. For DISA and data, get a gig. Got it? Now get going. Get up to 1 gig business cable internet from IMC. Bundle with business telephone and save even more. Call us today.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone you choose, but also allows you to upgrade to the latest and greatest phone quicker? You get the Appalachian Advantage. Get any device for $0 down and upgrade your smartphone once half your device payments are made. With a qualifying trade-in, choose a device payment plan, 6, 12, 18, 24, or 36 months. We'll leave that decision to you. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Phone payment plan required. See store for details. Advantage requires no money down. Taxes due at time of sale.
It's taking over. There's no escape. You better get moving. Ready or not, it's about to go down. Here it comes now. Get ready. Get ready. Moving. Ready or not, get ready.
Back to the Expo Center here in downtown Pikeville. Final in the night's first game, and it went right down to the final buzzer. 47-46. Johnson Central comes away with a 1-point win as Cassidy Rowe misses a runner in the lane as time expires, and Johnson Central will move on to the championship game, Charlie.
But we'll go ahead and do the losers first, be Shelby Valley. They were led in scoring by Alyssa Newsom with 16, 13 for Alyssa Ellswick, 4 for Tori Hampton, 4 for Alex Stanley, 2 for Lacey Johnson, and 7 for Cassidy Rowe coming off the bench. They ended up with 24 rebounds. Let's see, they had 7 turnovers, 3 blocks, 4 steals. They ended up shooting 46% from the field, 27% behind the three-point line, and 50% from the free throw line. Now for the Johnson Central Golden Eagles, they were led in scoring by Hannah Fitch with 13, 11 for Alana Castle, 10 for Sammy Seitz, 9 for Ashley Belcher, 4 for Caitlin Fitch. They ended up winning the rebounding battle with 30. They had 8 assists on the night. They also had 9 turnovers, did no block shots, and 5 steals. They ended up shooting 36.6 from the field, 30% from the three-point line, but 76 from the free throw line, and that's where they won this ball game at.
Yes.
Points off turnover, 13-12 in favor of Shelby Valley. Fast break points, 13-12 on Shelby Valley. Points off turnovers, 12-7 in favor of Shelby Valley. Points in the paint, 20 apiece. Second chance points on the rebounding, 10-6 in favor of Johnson Central. And bench scoring, 13-9 in favor of Johnson Central. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, see, Johnson Central only led a couple times in the ball game, Larry. They led early. The largest lead was Shelby Valley by 7 in the third quarter with 3:26 to play. Johnson Central, largest lead by 3. That was in the second quarter with 7:02. The score was tied 8 times, had 5 lead changes. But the Golden Eagles will move on to face the winner of this next game on championship night tomorrow night.
Exactly right. And the next game will feature Floyd Central. Comes in with only 2 losses on the season, has not lost to a 15th region team. Of course, them and Pikeville never played each other, so it'll be the first time they've seen each other this year. And Pikeville coming in on a roll right now. They've won 15 of their last 16, so it's ought to be a dandy. So we're going to send it back to the station, and we'll be back shortly with the pregame show, this WPRG TV Sports.